Hey guys, it's Andrea again. I figured I'd come to you now with my tutorial like I've been saying I was going to do. I'm going to do a full face makeup today, and then I'm also going to try to do an eye look. I'm not sure if I'm going to separate them into two separate tutorials yet or not. I'll figure that out later when I see how long it's coming along. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my primer. I'll let you know what I'm using, and then I'll show you, how I use it. My favorite primer is the Porefessional by Benefit. Let me just put my hair up a little bit. Sorry, guys. Try to get it out of the way. Cool. Okay. So pretty much you just take a little bit and put it on your hand. A little bit goes a long way. You don't want to put too much on because then you're going to be all like slick feeling and you don't want that. So you put it on just like you would a moisturizer. I always try to get it good underneath my eyes though, since I'm going to be putting some concealer on there later. And then once the primer goes on, it just makes your skin super smooth and ready for the concealer. I mean, ready for your foundation or concealer. It depends how, if you use a powder foundation like Bare Minerals, you would obviously put your concealer on first. You can't be putting it on top of powder. That's just not how it goes. Okay. Try to speed this up a little bit. It's the boring part anyway. Okay. Now, if you don't want to use primer on your whole entire face, you can opt in for just the T-zone area, and then I'd say maybe just a little on your chin also. The Porefessional by Benefit, what it's going to do is it's going to help combat shine so that your face doesn't become all like super shiny and oily halfway through the day. It's also going to go in there, and it doesn't go in your pores, it actually covers your pores so that you can't see any of them once your makeup's applied, which is really nice because it gives you that seamless look. Doesn't really matter which foundation you decide to use or not. Okay, so my favorite foundation that I've been using is Lancome Tint Miracle. I am 4W Bisque. So I actually, this is my concealer, one of them. It's actually the perfect little dish for me to squirt my foundation on and use a brush. So I like to do that. Just put a little dab right in the middle there. And then now I just take my stippling brush and I'm going to gently start patting on my foundation. You don't need too much. This is a very full coverage foundation, so you don't really need to pack it on. Once you stipple it on like this, it's pouncing, I believe you call it. You then will make sure it's all blended in there well and just kind of buff it out like this. And you want to make sure you get close to your hairline right there, because I've seen so many girls where it's just like, hello, there's just like a line right there, and it's like, not good when you leave the house. Okay. Now I'm just going to do the same thing with this side. Be very careful around the eye. You do not want to get any makeup in there, especially if you are a contact wearer like moi. Not fun. Okay, and once again, just kind of buff it out. really gets in there real good. Okay. This is actually my favorite stippling brush. I've tried a few of them now, and this one, I don't know, just something about it. It's the one by Real Techniques. It's probably like $10 at Ulta or Sephora, but it's amazing. It just works, and it does not, I haven't had any shedding at all yet from this. Now for my forehead. And my nose. Okay. And then once again, you just blend it all out. You don't want any harsh lines or anything, and this just gives you complete coverage so that it's not spotty or anything. That's really what you want. And you gotta, of course, bring it down a little bit onto your neck. That's actually a common issue I've seen a lot with girls, that they don't bring it down all the time, and then their neck is like a shade or two lighter or darker than their face. Okay. So now that I'm done with my foundation, I'm going to grab my concealer brush, and I'm going to hold on to my stippling brush because I'm going to use that again with my concealer. Okay. If you've seen from my Ulta haul video, I got the Tarte Smooth Operator Amazonian Clay Waterproof Concealer. Long name. But this baby works. I love it. Okay. So I do pretty much how I guess everybody does the triangle underneath the eyes. I can thank my mama for this. I have these really bad shadows. It's, I guess, not really sunken in, but it casts such horrible shadows. So I usually try to go with like a deeper V around my eye area. And then you just kind of, I don't know if you can see that on here. Alright, so you draw the triangle, ladies. Okay. I start like right here by where my eye meets my nose, and I just draw it down. And I actually have a little freckle right here. That's usually where I bring it to, because I don't like any freckles or spots or anything growing there. I like to keep them nice and covered. So then I don't get it the concealer all the way up to my eye. I like to use my little concealer brush for that. So I just kind of get it close up there, and then I use the brush to get it, right up to the line, and then I blend it out. Let's see if you can. So I kind of just start by bringing it onto my nose a little bit and up into the corner here. There we go, let me turn. And then I kind of, like I said, I work. Now this is the only part that I actually drag the brush for under my eyes. The rest is all padding. If I was kind of trying to pat it up to my eye, it would take forever. So I just drag that baby and then pat it. Okay. So then I just kind of blend out the edges a little bit with my little guy. I just drag it down just a little further, and then I just pat. And then this helps blend in any of the leftover concealer because you don't want it thin under your eyes. At least I don't, because like I said, I have shadows that are cast there, so I want them covered up as much as I can. And then I'm just going to take my stippling brush and blend it out. Like I said, I'm going to keep dragging it onto my nose and then blend down just the edges, because you don't want to just all that hard work you took to do right there underneath your eye. So you don't want to drag that out. You just want to tap it again with your stippling brush. And then just like I said, make sure the edges are all blended out. So let's see. So we have one finished eye, and then this one still we got to work on. So you can kind of see the difference there. Okay, got it up to my eye. Now I'm dragging it onto my nose a little bit, like I said, and then just dragging down these edges a little bit. Okay, and now the padding underneath the eye. This is just going to help the concealer stay where it is and help it look like, I guess, blend in more so that you don't see it. It doesn't look like it's sitting on your skin. It looks like it's part of your skin. Okay, so now that's enough with that. Now I'm going to take my stippling brush again and once again just working it out onto my cheeks, onto the nose once again, and then tap again under the eye. This is just going to help it look so that just not under the eye is the only thing that's, tapped out. That sounds bad. You just don't want to be able to see your brush strokes is pretty much what it is. Okay. So then now that I did the concealer under my eye, I'm just going to go ahead and do any spots that I have, any freckles, beauty marks, dark spots, acne spots, any redness or anything. You can just go ahead. I use the same concealer because it's a good color, but I also have the one I was showing you guys before for Calvin Klein. That's a mousse concealer. It actually is a little dark right now for me, so I'm just going to stay away from that. I'm not really seeing much more red spots. My foundation really does a great job at covering it. So the only thing I'm going to touch up right here, I don't know if you can see, is I have a rogue pimple on the side of my nose. So we're going to try to make him go away. I've been very lucky. I don't break out. I don't get many pimples. So that when I do, it's like, oh my god, horrible. I'm sure a lot of you ladies are like that too, though. Like the end of the world. Oh my god. So all I did was just put a little concealer on the spot, and now I'm just tapping it in again with my little concealer brush. And then I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing to this side a little bit with what's left on my brush, just so that it's even. Okay. Okay. I just got a little red here from washing my face. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set that concealer and the powder. I don't like putting something on between the foundation and the concealer because I don't like being so powdery. I feel like it makes me look like cake face. I think I've said that before. I don't care for that look. So actually what I have here is I have two different powders I can use. I have my Material Girl. It's a matte finish setting powder. It's by Benefit. It's really cute. Comes with a little poof, but I don't use it. It's too big anyway. And then also I have this Tarte Smooth Operator Amazonian Clay, Micronized Amazonian Clay finishing powder. But this one I like to put on last, usually. I mean, you can put it on your concealer, on your foundation also. I just like the way it looks after I put everything on now. This is my setting brush from Real Techniques. Once again, you can get this at Ulta or Sephora, I believe, even their website, quite possibly, I assume. So I just take a little bit of this powder. It's got a sifter, so just a little bit comes out at a time, thank God. And you just kind of put it on. I put a little, not too much on my brush, but you just kind of tap it again gently. So soft. Okay. And you just do it anywhere you put the concealer. And then I'm just going to take a big powder brush. This is also by Real Techniques. I think it's their multitask brush. You can only get this one in a 3-pack with the foundation brush and an eyeshadow brush, but it is definitely worth it. This baby is soft. I love it. Okay, so pretty much I'm just going to put a little bit of the setting powder also on this brush, just a little bit, and just rub it on gently on my face. There's no color to this. It's doesn't even come out kind of like white, like some people are nervous, like, oh, I hear it photographs white. I've never had an issue with either one of these. Never had an issue. If I did, I wouldn't use it. Okay. Just a little. Okay. So, next what I like to do is my bronzer, which is Too Faced. It's called their Chocolate Soleil, I believe it is. It's amazing. Smells like cocoa, and every time I use this, I just love the smell. Okay, so what I'm gonna do with my bronzer is I'm gonna use it to contour, but I'm also gonna use it to brighten up the look of my face a little bit. It's winter time, and I don't tan. I don't tan at all. I'm actually Italian, so I have darker skin without tanning. So I don't put a lot because I don't want to look like super brown or anything. So I just kind of tap it once or twice and then work it on my face. I tap it off a little bit so that, not a lot goes on. Okay. And then I just start on my cheek and then I just kind of go back and forth, back and forth. See, I'm not so lucky to be able to go sit on a nice tropical beach. So this at least will give me the look like I have, fake it till you make it sort of thing. This just sets it. Okay, so now on the forehead, I kind of do like a fountain, like outwards, up the nose and out, like kind of like a M on my forehead, And then I just go and blend it in back and forth. And then you gotta go down the nose. And then I just do a little bit on the sides of the nose, especially since I had to put some concealer on it from that pimple. So, and then you just go out over the cheeks. Now I am going to be putting a blush also on. So it's going to go on top of the bronzer. But I just like having that, it kind of looks like you're glowing from within look. Okay, so I think I'm good. I look it over there. Let's see. Can you guys see how I'm doing so far? How it looks so far? So now I'm going to contour. I just actually got my new Sigma F40. It's the large angled contour brush. Just came today. So I'm very excited. So now I'm going to take the same bronzer. I can take the brush, same thing, just tap it a couple of times and then tap it in the bronzer and then tap it off. And then you're just going to, a lot of people find it easier to do that, kind of suck in, make a fishy face, and then that shows you where you're going to be contouring exactly. Pretty much what you're going to do is, okay, like I said, a lot of people find it easy if you suck in or make the fish face, you can find where it's going to go exactly. Okay. Okay. Same thing on the other side. Uh, One thing I think it's worth mentioning that when you're doing your makeup, it's great for the contouring to suck in and do the kissy face or the fishy face to find the area where you are contouring. But I do not recommend keeping this face while you're contouring because then it creates like a dip in your cheek. So then your brush won't hit it the right way and you'll deposit your color more so in that pit than you would on the high points of that. So make the kissy face, find out where you're going to be putting your contour, and then get rid of the face so that you don't mess up. That's how I feel. I think personally that just makes it more easy. So one thing you should do when you're also doing the contour is to bring it up your temples. Okay. This will just help your face get that desired shape. Okay. And then also just right across the forehead. And then you just kind of blend it. I like to use this as my blender actually because these bristles are very lightweight. It's actually, these brushes are by Too Faced. They're called their teddy bear hair brushes. So they're really soft and lightweight. So this actually makes a really good blender for this part because it just will take that line that's there and gently buff it away. Okay, so now you're ready for your blush. I actually am going to use a blush by Too Faced. It's called Who's Your Poppy? Love the name. I just got this. It's a really pretty pinky coral color. You can't see it there. Yeah, you can't see it really at all. Oh, there we go. That's kind of like, there you go. That's much better. Much more true. Okay, so for the blush, I'm using a Sonia Kashuk powder brush. Just, you can get this at Target, I believe. So just tap it in a couple times just to get a little bit of the color on your brush. You don't want a lot. You can always go back and get more. So it's better to start with little than a lot. And then you just get your apples. And then I tap a few times to get the majority of the color in that spot. And then I just drag it up and out. Okay. And once again, I'm going to need more powder, more blush than that. That wasn't enough. So tap, up, and then up. Okay. I'm just trying to blend it a little more. On your brush, tap it on your apples, and then drag it out. Okay. A little more, just to make it more dramatic. Like I said, it is night out right now, so I am going to be giving myself more color on my face than I would for the daytime. Okay. Now, just right down the center there. Okay. Okay, so now I'm just about done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my, oh, you can't really see it because I opened it. Oops, sorry. Tarte Smooth Operator Micronized Clay Finishing Powder. It's kind of the same stuff that Makeup Forever has. I believe it's their HD Micro Finish Powder. Both of them work really well. I've tried both of them. Actually, I have
a bajillion of these little samples of the same thing I'm using right now. I have like 4 little ones. And then I have Bare Minerals. I have their version, their finishing veil. I have the HD one by Makeup Forever. So they'll all do about the same stuff. Okay, so you're just gonna take it gently, your brush, put it in here, just gently put it on over everything, just out like this, from the center out and back. Now I do like to put some on to help tone down any shine. This will prevent any shine from occurring throughout the day. I do like that, but it also takes away from the dewy look you get from the foundation. So I don't like to put too much on at a time. And I actually do keep this with me in my purse throughout the day so that I can touch up, like if I do get oily or shiny, I can just touch it up. So that's always good. Okay, so I think I'm going to end it here for face, and I'm going to start again with an eye look for you guys. Like I said, I didn't know if I was going to break it down into 2. This was running a little over, and I'm not so good with editing, so this is probably going to be the time it's actually going to be. I think that's it. I'm going to show you my eyebrows with my eyes. I'm not going to do that as part of my face. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Check back. I'm probably going to post this now. Check back in a few hours. All right? Check.